If you need level 40, unlimited, or anything else grinded here in Season 3, make sure to hit up Rose NBA for fast, safe, and reliable grinding services. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the best limited lineup that you can build here in Week 3 of Season 3 in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 9,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Generally multiple videos a day, especially on days like today that are big content days. This is video number 6. Got gameplays with all the big cards from earlier today as well if y'all want to check those out. But without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's check out the limited rule set for this week. So your lineup must be 80 overall and lower, and no free agent cards are allowed, and that is it, which gives you a lot of flexibility but also a very significant limitation on your lineup because 80 overall is really quite low. For example, this lineup that I'm running right now with 3 golds at the end of the bench is a 94 overall lineup, and I'm just going to show y'all just how low of an overall an 80 overall lineup is just real quickly. We're not actually going to use this team, but let's just say we throw in Diamond Jose Alvarado, Diamond whoever this is, Andrew Nimhard, there we go, Amethyst Jonathan Kuminga, Diamond Lamar Odom, and Diamond Ben Wallace. This is a 92 overall starting lineup. Say you throw this team in with a bunch of gold players and you're still looking at, wait, what did I just do? Hold on. There we go. Say we throw a bunch of gold players on the bench. I know these are the high overall gold players, but still, say we throw in a bunch of the high overall gold players and you're legitimately running, this lineup is 86 overall, so it's a significant limitation, 80 overall is. But I have built a very, very good team that I really think can compete and is a dominant limited team, to be completely honest, how good this team is. And it's going to start off at the point guard position with a gold card. I know that sounds crazy, but we're going gold LaMelo Ball. Now, I understand he's a gold. His stats are not going to be particularly good, but he has a 75 3 ball, a 75 driving dunk, a little bit of a ball handling ability, 73 steal, 75 speed and excel. Obviously the stats and badges are not impressive. He doesn't even have any badges, but what he does have is the fact that he is 6'7" at the point guard position with LaMelo Ball's jumper, which is one of the best jumpers in the game. So he's going to be able to hit wide open, and he has elite size for a PG. Is he going to do anything special on the court? No. Is he going to be my primary ball handler? No. Is he going to play a lot of defense? Not really, but he's going to play a lot more defense than the other gold PG options are, and he has better size than all of them. So what he does on the court is provide elite size and an amazing jumper, and that is enough for me. Now, at the 2 is where we're going to get our offense from, and we're going to throw in Ricky Davis. I think Ricky Davis fits this lineup perfectly. He's a primary ball handler, and he's also going to be our on-ball defender for this team, just because we don't have the flexibility in this lineup to really have a lock and a primary ball handler as separate players. So we're going to go with Ricky Davis kind of to be both. I know he's not the greatest defensive card in the world, but offensively he's amazing. 92 3 ball, 95 driving dunk, 94 ball handle, really solid defensive stats, 92 speed with a shoe boost, that's a 97, or with a coach boost, that's a 97, which is why you don't have a shoe on him there, but 94 speed with ball, 96 excel, 97 lateral quickness. Badges are really good. Hoff posterizer, deadeye, clamp breaker, quick first step, ton of good gold badges. I fully badged him out gold badge wise. He's one of the most complete and best shooting guards in the game, and he is only a 95 overall, which makes him a little bit lower overall than guys like Kobe and especially Dr. J, Jimmy Butler, guys like that in this lineup. So elite primary ball handler, one of the best 2 primary ball handlers in the game alongside Tim Thomas, but he's a lower overall than Tim. I think he can play the defensive end at a very high level, and I think he fits this lineup perfectly. Now, at the 3, same thing. We're going with another gold player, and we're focusing on a gold player who has an elite release, and it's gold Jason Tatum. Another guy who's not going to do a ton for you on the court besides hit wide open, 79 3 ball, 85 driving dunk is actually quite good. He doesn't play a lot of defense. He's kind of slow. His stats aren't amazing, and he has 4 bronze badges, which are limitless takeoff, midi magician, slippery off ball, and volume shooter. So I guess that's nice, but it's really not going to do a ton for you. But he's another guy with an elite level release that is tough to contest, is going to knock down shots at a high level, and has really good size at 6'8", which is very, very valuable. And again, he fits the lineup perfectly because he's super overall, low overall, and can hit shots at a very high level, has great size, and has a great release. And that's about all I need out of him. Now, at the 4, you have a couple options here. One, you could go with the lower overall option in Kyle Kuzma, another guy who's going to knock down shots at a super high level. Although he doesn't have a great 3-ball rating, only a 72, it is still high enough, especially with how good his release is, to where you could knock that down. And that would give you the option to play Kristaps Porzingis at the center position, this is one lineup that you can run. The one that I'm going with personally is different than this. I'm going to go with Robert Covington at the 4, and I'm going to go with Jarrett Allen at the 5, because Jarrett is the lower overall center, brings the team overall down, but I get Robert Covington in the lineup instead, who is a much better power forward option. 6'7", 91 defense, 86 3-ball, which is super nice, and he's got 85 block, steal, and perimeter, 80 interior, decent speed, 85 lateral quickness. 8 gold badges includes catch and shoot, chase down artist, challenger, clamps, silver ankle braces, interceptor, menace, and pick dodger, bronze glove, and post lockdown. So he gives you a guy who can knock down shots at a super high level again with a good release, and is a very, very good defender. And then Jarrett Allen is still a great budget center, 6'10" with an afro that makes him look closer to 7 foot. Massive player with 91 3-ball, 90 standing and driving dunk. Really, really good defender with a 90 block, 92 interior, great rebounder. Decent speed for a center and good lateral quickness as well. 1 Hoff, 22 gold badges, a lot of good gold badges like posterizer, bully, rise up, anchor, chase down artist, post lockdown, pogo stick, rebound chaser, brick wall. He's got silver limitless range, which really gives him great shooting ability at the center position. He can stretch the floor at a high level, and he's got a really good release as well. Now, obviously, this starting lineup is an 89 overall, but here's where the other key comes in, and that key is throwing in the lowest overall golds in the game to keep your team overall as low as possible. So that means we're throwing in Bull right here. We're throwing in the lowest overall power forward that we have on our team, which is 68 overall, Farron Hunt. We're throwing him in there as well. Then next, we're going to go small forward. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to throw in the lowest overall player at this position, which is Haywood Highsmith. Then we're going to go to the small shooting guard position. I think there's even a 67 overall shooting guard, and we're going to throw them in there as well. It's Chandi Brown. And then point guard, same thing, going lowest overall. And then after that, we're just going to substitute for the rest of it with 68 overall players, just making sure we have players who can basically 2 players at every position. There's a bunch of 68 overall shooting guards, so we'll throw in the 68 overall shooting guards at the end of the bench, and that basically gives us the lowest overall golds that we could possibly have in this lineup on this team, and it gives us 2 players at each position so that our team is actually eligible. But what this does is this builds an 81 overall lineup. If you swap your coach out for a bronze coach, because I don't think the coach boosts are as important in limited, it's going to make it an 80 overall lineup. So you run a lower overall coach, and it's going to make this team an 80 overall instead of an 81 overall. As you can see, if I throw in KP here, it makes the team overall an 81, which is too high, but then I can substitute in Kyle Kuzma, which brings it back to an 80 overall. So you could run this type of lineup if you want. For me personally, I want the flexibility and defense of having Robert Covington, which is why I'm going to substitute in Jarrett Allen and Rocco. But this team right here is an 80 overall, and it gives you a primary ball handler in Ricky Davis, a couple of guys who can defend in Ricky and Robert Covington, a stretch big in Jarrett Allen, who's also a very good interior guy on both ends of the court and has good speed, and then 2 guys in LaMelo and Jason Tatum who have great size and great releases and can knock down shots at a high level. I think this is the perfect type of limited team that you can run because you have an elite level top tier card in Ricky Davis. Everybody in your starting lineup can shoot the ball at a high level. You can stretch the floor. This is the type of limited lineup that I recommend that you run this week, and in my opinion, this is the exact limited lineup that I would run. The only thing I would change is swapping in Kyle Kuzma and KP potentially if you'd rather play that way. But there aren't a lot of good gold cards in the game, and LaMelo and Tatum are both guys who have great size, can shoot, and have great releases. So I think they're the perfect players to swap in here, and that allows you to put in Ricky Davis, who's the best shot creating offensive 2 in the game, which is why I think he's the right guy to run. So I would run this exact lineup or swapping out Kuzma and KP, but that exact lineup. I think substituting otherwise, if you need to, you can, but this is about the best that I think it can possibly be this week. I spent some time working on this lineup, trying to figure out what the best lineup is, and I really think this is an amazing option for an 80 overall team. So that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.